to Astrology Today, or Rose Tarot and Astrology. I am your host, Mel Rose, and this is our Sunday morning live. Thank you for bearing with us as we got started this morning. Jennifer is here in the house with me. We were trying to go live together, and we were not able to get both of us on at the same time this morning. So yay, internet, yay, Mercury is messing with us a little bit today. But it's a-okay, and we're going to go ahead and do a preview of the next week's astrology. And I'm just going to get this off of my screen here. We're going to go ahead and do a preview of the next week's astrology and a little bit of a look ahead into the week after that. But we're just here to talk to you live and in person. Jennifer will be in the chat watching and responding to you all. So I'm so happy to be here. It is Sunday the 16th, and today on Sunday the 16th, there's not much happening, but Pisces has just gone direct, and we did have a full moon this past week, the full moon in Leo. I wonder how that went for you all. That was a pretty big day in the news, and it's just been a pretty lit time. Full moon in Leo has been a little bit lit. It's been a little bit fiery. It's been a little bit assertive and passionate, right? We're all feeling those things that we're very passionate about at this time. And with that being that sun and moon opposition, which is the full moon in Leo, being in a T-square to Uranus, it was like anything could happen. Anything might come up at this time. So let me know what's coming up for you all. Let me know what came up for you in the past week or so. So getting on into this week, the week starts on Monday the 17th. We have a waxing gibbous moon moving out of Libra and into Scorpio. So out of air and into water is sort of like out of the head space, out of the intellectual brain planning, communicating space, and more into the heart, more into the intuitive set of faculties, the feeling set of faculties. And, today that happens with the moon. It comes out of Libra and it goes into Scorpio, which is kind of for our personal lives, that's the moon, is kind of a deep dive. It's kind of like turning within and just noticing what you can live without now and trying to let it go. Okay, there's an endings and beginnings sort of thing associated with Scorpio because it is the end of the year as far as the seasons go. And there's just, so it's a time to think about the seasons of your life and what you're putting behind you. And then tomorrow, the sun moves out of an air sign into a water sign. The sun comes out of Aquarius and moves on into Pisces. So that's, Aquarius and Pisces, both very collective minded. Okay. But Aquarius is very much in the mind. It's in the head. It's about what we think. It's about what our philosophies are. It's about, where we're willing to break with tradition in order that we can find collective support and uplift. And, that's beautiful. I love Aquarian energy. I am an Aquarius moon. Pisces, the sun moving into Pisces, though, this is more of a collective vibe in terms of, again, emotion, intuition, feeling, the inner life, okay, how things feel to us. So sun in Pisces is very much a time when collectively our intuitions are on, and especially when we're dealing with the rest of the world, right, in our work, social, and civic lives. We can do that in a sort of intuitive way. It is the end of the zodiac. It's the last month of the zodiac. So it's really a time to focus on relaxing, reflecting, looking back. This is the end of the year season wise. So we're going to take a month and really think about how the world feels to us. Okay, how our connection to everyone and everything feels to us. And that's a little fraught at this time, right? There's a lot going on in the world. If you're a feeling person, if you have empathy or sympathy, then it's hard to miss the sort of uproar in the world and sort of the misery and the struggle of people in the world. It's hard not to be in tune with that, and just understand that when the sun is in Pisces, you're going to be in tune with that. But you are also connected to all of everything in a feeling way. So, take the moments of joy, take the moments of pleasure, take the good news as well as the bad news. Okay, take the stuff that helps you feel good as well as the stuff that doesn't feel so good, so that we can, have a nice both and we can find our middle path, right? So that we're helping in situations where things are not so great, and also getting the benefit or the advantage of things that are good for us. Okay, so that's coming out of air and moving into water. That's the vibe shift today and tomorrow, out of the head into the heart. So ask yourself how things feel to you. Wednesday, there is a signature on the chart that sort of repeats this and reinforces it. It's a grand trine in water signs, and what you've got is Neptune in Pisces at its strongest degrees, final degrees of Pisces. It's up there with the North Node. Saturn is inching up on it. We're going to have this huge conjunction in a little while as these planets are crossing out of Pisces and into Aries. So the Pisces vibe is very strong. Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is Pisces' modern ruler. So the vibe of reflection, of intuition, of creativeness, of looking for reasons to have faith, that is very much present and central for us, sort of at the top of the chart for us. Okay, and Neptune is there, and the moon is there. That's also about how things feel to us, and a little bit about our personal experience and our personal lives. And Mars is in Cancer over here, saying, I feel very protective. Mars is standing still right now because it's going to go direct at the end of the week. So it's sitting at 17 degrees Cancer, and just, probably feeling a little bit frustrated because it doesn't move well in Cancer, and it's sitting still. So it's pulling a lot of power. It's asking us how we're going to assert ourselves, how we're going to take action in ways that represent, progress and uplift for ourselves and for everybody and for everything. So that grand trine just offers us some grace, some protection, some ease for things to happen. And I love that. It's like an opportunity to take some action in terms of what feels good to you, what intuitively what intuitively tells you, like, yes, go this way. This is going to work out for you. Okay, so go with what's giving. Okay, go what's giving optimism. Go with what's giving positivity. Go with what's giving you ease to make the progress that you're looking for. And then on Thursday, we have the waning half moon in Sagittarius. So moon in Sagittarius is a little sparky, right? It's a little adventurous. Our little hearts grow wings. And at this time, with the moon at a waning half, it's going to be a time when we shift gears from thinking about how things have been going for us to sort of pushing things out. So we might be in a very active, restless, fiery mood to get rid of some stuff, to be done with some things, okay? So there's some boundary drawing that comes up on Thursday. And with that comes Mercury square to Jupiter. So the squares to Jupiter often are just like signatures that say, don't overdo it. Whatever it is that you're engaged in, don't overdo it. Try not to give too much, try not to take too much, try not to indulge too much, right? And with it being Mercury is about how we express ourselves, how we make plans, how we collaborate with other people. So it's sort of like, and it's also about the information that we're taking in. So it's sort of like, don't try to overstate things that are already being amplified, that are already really apparent. We don't have to like keep saying it over and over again. We don't have to, let's say, flog on information that we already have. Okay, there are lots of options available to us. There are lots of plans we can make. There are lots of words we can say, and there are many people who can act as collaborators with us in the world. So there are lots of options. Don't let the data, don't let all of this information and all of these options confuse you about what your goals are. Okay, what your idea of a bigger, better expression of who you can be, do, and have. Okay, don't get confused about what your goals are at this time. That's Thursday, right? So Thursday, the moon is that waning half. We're going to start pushing things out, and we don't want to get rid of stuff that might still be useful to us, right? So we're pushing things out, but don't get confused. Don't all of a sudden change your mind about what your goals are and just throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. Okay, remember what your goals are, stick to them. All right, stick with the plan, and let's just not go overboard changing things up right now. Okay, because with Mercury involved, things can happen very quickly, and we just don't want to get confused about what it is we're working on and why. All right. And then, so that's Monday through Thursday. And then there's not a whole lot happening. The moon will be in Sagittarius and it moves into Capricorn on Saturday. And with the waning crescent moon in Capricorn on Saturday, we have Mercury trining Mars retrograde. And then just a few hours later, Mars goes direct. So Mars has been standing still at about 17 degrees this whole time. And I just realized I'm probably not completely live here. Okay. Well, Mars has been standing at 17 degrees, and it's going to continue to stand at 17 degrees for a little while. It's just stationary. It just looks like it's in the same place in the sky every night for us, okay? And Mercury trining Mars, this is another signature that tells me stick with the plan of action. You have a plan of action. You know what it is that you're trying to do going forward. And since that is the case, if you act in the direction of the plans that you've already made and established, that trine gives us some grace. It allows things to happen. It makes it easy for it to happen. It sort of opens us up. Okay, so I'm 11 minutes into this and just realizing that my live is not live, but we're going to get it up for you guys, and hopefully you'll get a chance to look at it and respond. So, after Mercury trines Mars, Mars goes direct on Sunday, which sweet relief, right? We are halfway through. We're 2/3 of the way through the whole Mars retrograde cycle. Mars direct in Cancer, still not very happy in Cancer because Mars likes to go direct and Cancer likes to go sideways, right? Mars is a little more fiery and individualistic and wanting to make straightforward progress, whereas Cancer is watery, it's feeling, and it wants to elicit feelings. It wants to do according to what it cares about. So it often involves other people, whereas Mars is more individualistic. So it's still not a comfortable fit, and we are going to be going back over territory that we just covered in the retrogrades. So expect things to come up again, still in terms of assertiveness, in terms of aggression, in terms of passionate behavior, in terms of people sort of impetuously, which means sort of not caring about the consequence, people who impetuously seek to achieve their goals, sort of regardless of how it comes out for other people. So that is the week ahead for us. And then the only other thing I want to say about it is that next week we have a new moon next week on Thursday, we have a new moon in Pisces. Okay, so the sun will be in Pisces, the moon will be in Pisces. That's the conjunction. And that is the time when we sort of hit the reset button on our creative cycle. And since I have figured out now that this isn't live, I want to do the live tarot reading, but I want to do it live. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this video and get it loaded up. And then I'm going to come back and do a live tarot reading. Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next video.